The purpose of this PowerPoint presentation is to provide you with a concrete example of descriptive statistics. Please go to the slide with the chart that has all the nice colored lines on it. The citation for this article I have chosen for the discussion of the mean, standard deviation, and range is as follows. It's the Leto article in 2013, Pre- and Post-Operative Self-Reported Cognitive Effectiveness and Worry in Patients with Suspected Lung Malignancy. And it comes out of the Oncology Nursing Forum Journal, and you can find this entire article up on Canvas. I will provide you with just a little background so that you can understand the chart. The purpose of the study was to examine perceived cognitive effectiveness and worry in individuals with suspected lung cancer before and after surgical resection, and to determine any differences, if any differences existed between individuals with and without a post-operative diagnosis of lung cancer. The design was a repeated measures, longitudinal, descriptive, comparative one. The setting was a comprehensive cancer center and a Veterans Administration Medical Center in the Midwestern United States. The sample included 15 men and 8 women, ages 37 to 82, with a mean of 61.4 years and a standard deviation of 10.7. Now, here are the main research variables. One thing that they looked at was perceived effectiveness and cognitive function, and it was measured with the Attitudinal Function Index, or the AFI. It is scored on a linear analog scale with 0 at one end, meaning not at all, and 100 at the other end, meaning extremely well. FYI, I found the questionnaire and higher scores mean higher functioning. The researchers also looked at general worry, and it was measured with the Penn State Worry Questionnaire, or the PSWQ. The summative scores range between 16 and 80, with the higher scores meaning more worry. Then there was cancer-specific worry, and rate levels of worry about cancer, cancer treatment, and the impact of worrying on daily functioning were what this questionnaire looked at. Scores range from 3 to 15, with lower scores meaning lower worry. Statistical methods included descriptive statistics, on which we will focus, and paired t-test and non-parametric correlation analysis to determine relationships among the variables, which is not the focus of this discussion. Now, feast your eyes on the chart. The blue highlighted areas concern the whole group of patients with suspected diagnosis of cancer both before, which is time 1, and after surgical diagnosis, time 2. Across the top blue line, you can see that at both time 1 and time 2, the sample had moderate worry with a means of 41.41 and 39. Remember, the scores on the questionnaire go from a low of 16 to a high of 80. There's also a lot of variance. The standard deviation is 13.39 and 11.14. Remember, if all the scores were around the mean, the standard deviation would be a small number. Plus, the range shows you that the scores were from 20 to 72 in time 1 and 19 to 65 in time 2, which includes low and high scores, not just the mean of 41.41 or 39. Scores higher than 45 means that people have a high level of worry. Reading across the second blue line for the entire sample Cancer-related worry was moderately high with a mean of 11, with a standard deviation of 3.99 and a range of 3 to 15. Remember, the cancer worry scale ranges from 3 to 15. And these statistics were all before surgery, and after surgery they dropped significantly with a mean of 8.45 and a standard deviation of 2.82 and a range of 3 to 13. Reading across the third blue line for the entire sample, there was lowered effectiveness in cognitive function at time 1 and time 2. Keep in mind that the AFI has a range of scores with higher scores, meaning higher functioning. At time 1, the mean was 57.16, with a standard deviation of 16.86, which shows that some scores are away from the mean, and that can be seen with a range of 28.56 to 87.41. At time 2, the mean was 55.52, with a standard deviation of 16.98 and a range of 26.28 to 90.85. Some people have poor cognitive functioning and some people have good cognitive functioning. But overall, the scores are in the mid to high 50s. That means that there is a poor or moderate perception of cognitive functioning. The green highlighted areas pertain to patients who, after surgery, had a malignant diagnosis. The yellow highlighted areas pertain to patients who, after surgery, had a non-malignant diagnosis. If you compare the two groups, the mean scores on the general worry scale, or the PSWQ, were higher in the non-malignant group, 48.71, than in the malignant group, 38.25, and the author stated that it was a significant finding. In both groups, the cancer worry decreased from time 1 to time 2. The malignant group, the mean decreased from 11.31 to 8.87, and in the non-malignant group from 10.29 to 7.33, and both were significantly lower. So that is how you read a descriptive statistics table, and I hope this has been